Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Real in this incarnation, and today I wanted to talk about Pluto because it is going to enter in Aquarius on January 20th. In some places, it's going to be January 21st, in conjunction with the Sun. So this is like the inauguration of the Aquarius age, the Aquarius era. In spite of the first entrance was in March of this year of 2023. It stayed until June, and now it is in Capricorn, and during the 2024 it is going to have a short return to Capricorn from September to November, and then it will stay until 2044. This is a big cycle. So Pluto is a planet of profound transformations. Every time that Pluto is going through a sign or bringing a transit with our personal planets, this brings a great disintegration of old forms in order for new can reborn and more purified. So this planet exposes the darkness, what is rotten, what is dead, in order for us to realize that we have to let go of. So it also represents the power. That in its high vibration is linked with the power of the spirit, of the consciousness that lies in everything. But in terms of the disconnected ego, this is linked with the seeking of power through control, or maybe to stay in a role of disempowerment and to feel threatened by something that is controlling us. But this is happening because we are giving the power to that. And these are totally human experiences that we all have to transit in order to transcend dualities. So Pluto in Aquarius is going to transform our entire society completely through the years. This is a big cycle, this is not something that is going to happen in a month. But at the same time, we are going to experiment the acceleration of Aquarius. This sign is very linked with this. So many events are going to happen in a few years. So Aquarius is a sign of humanism. That is telling us that we are all different, we have different qualities, but at the same time, we are all equal. So in Aquarius, we are not seeking for status or trying to climb to the top, to a higher position. I mean, we are still incorporating the ascent of the consciousness to improving ourselves. But it is not from this place of distorted competitivity or to keep giving the power to a few minorities in this pyramidal system, because this doesn't work anymore. So Aquarius is an intelligent network, and this transit is telling us that this is about empowering the individual, empowering of our souls in order to give, to offer the best that we have, in order to collaborate with this network, with this collective that we all conform. Other important topic very linked with this transit is artificial intelligences. Many people is talking about this because we experimented a great acceleration this year with the entrance of Pluto in Aquarius. So, I talked about this in this channel. I did a video talking about Parravicini, which is a channeler and prophet, Argentinian prophet, that showed us the quantic line that is activated through the IAs. So I totally share that vision. And I think that the problem is not only the impact that this could have on replacing the human work that is already happening, because if the technologies could bring solutions for human beings, can be more connected to their own spirituality, their own creativity, to have free time for introspection. Because let's remember that the pyramidal system of indoctrination that Pluto in Capricorn exposed also inculcated programming that were linked with overproductivity, but in total disconnection with our soul. What I'm trying to say is that many people working a lot of hours without having time for introspection, and not doing that at the service of the soul, but at the service of the matter and at the service of survival. So this does not give room to spiritual contact, elevation of consciousness, which is very convenient for these groups, these power groups. So beyond that, I think they are approaching this with an excessive ambition, and they are playing with something that has actually no divine purpose, because they are putting the IAs at the service of creating. They are creating from collected data at the moment, but this can easily get out of hand. So if you look up on the internet, you're going to see that there were AIs that were deactivated because they become distorted in their purposes. So I think that technology should be destined to clean the planet, to replace methodologies that are not sustainable, so we can live aligned with this planet. I think that that's the best purpose. This responds more to Uranus in Taurus, so Pluto is going to expose the darker face of the AIs. And the fact is that Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune, they are activating each other. They are in a transit that is called a little trine. I don't know how it is said in English. And the focal point is Neptune. So, okay, I'm going to continue because I wanted to talk about this other topic that is linked with the power of the collective. This is something very important. You know, truth is that each one of us has a role and in a certain level of power. What I'm trying to say is that there are many people that could have more impact, you know, someone that has great economic power, or someone that is well known in our society has this capacity to reach more people, more amount of people. So no matter what, there's no role that is less important. I mean, there's nobody that is irreplaceable, but it's not the same that if we are collaborating or not. What we have to offer, our part, is very, very important, no matter what role we are occupying at the moment. So this is because our network, as I explained before, that is linked with Aquarius, was never energetically fragmented, but it was fragmented from ideologies, religions, and all these things are linked more with our ego identities. So I think that Pluto is going to show us how we have to transcend these barriers of the ego, not to lose our identities, because we are using our identities to stay here in this plane, but to transcend them in order to create collective union. And this sounds very nice, but this is the major challenge we have as humanity. I mean, to putting it into practice requires a big individual labor in first place, but you know, I'm going to be honest, I think that Pluto is going to bring the corresponding things in order for us to comprehend that if we are not collaborating with each other, we cannot move forward to the new humanity. And this necessarily requires the elevation of the collective level of consciousness. This is about a spiritual integration, and that everyone can occupy their role, because we are going to experiment on 2024 eclipses with the North Node in Aries. So this is about how we are going to self-affirm through this identity, and at service of what we are going to put our identity. This is going to be very important for the next year. But, well, as I said before, I think that to get to the point in which we can really get to the comprehension of the importance of living in community, I mean common unity, in order to experiment other levels of freedom, because this is also Aquarius, and in order to elevate the collective consciousness, well, it's going to happen what needs to happen in terms of economics, in terms of climatic changes with response to Uranus in Taurus, and in terms of social changes, which is linked to Pluto. But I think that if we keep walking in our own path, being guided by our own soul, and offering with generosity what we have to offer, then we are doing our part. And this is all that matters. I think this is about trusting that the divine plan is going to fit the pieces together. So I think it's important to not let ourselves be manipulated by fear and control too. And you know, for this community to be possible, I think that the collective has to recognize that the power was always theirs, was always ours. This is about assuming the almic responsibility, which is linked with Saturn in Pisces, and to understand that there is no governing elite minorities without the permanent collaboration in their systems. So I think that the sky, universe, and life is going to show us the best way for us to understand this. And we shouldn't have fear, because if we are really following our hearts and our soul, and we are willing to be at service of this process, we only have to know that in order for the new humanity can reborn, we have to allow the old structures to collapse on the outside and also on the inside. So I just want to leave this reflection today. Thank you everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.